Hi, so we're looking here at BattleBlock Theater. It is the third title from the Behemoth. It is a hand-drawn 2D action puzzle platformer. Once again, in the same art style as Castle Crashers Alien Hominid, art by Dan Paladin. It centers around two friends, you and your friend, who are marooned on an island, and you come across this abandoned theater, which turns out to be not so abandoned as, let's go inside here. Now, you and your friend enter the theater, and you encounter this hat, where your friend Hattie, which is the square head, which you may see in a lot of the trailers and whatnot, who takes his hat and puts it on. At that point, he becomes different and changes, as if under some kind of control. It's at this point you find out that the abandoned theater is actually inhabited by these highly technological cats that then take you captive and force you into these deadly plays. And by deadly plays, I actually mean there's actually the levels you play through. So they're classic platforming, light puzzle action levels where you're going from point A to point B, collecting gems along the way. What you want to do is collect gems to unlock the exit. And there's usually anywhere from 3 to who knows what in a level. And once you collect 3, the exit will become unlocked, and you could complete the level. We're gonna get these guys real quick. The gameplay you could play as single player or cooperative. So in doing so, you could it's as simple as jumping on the other player's head to go to places, or you could do throws help ups like so, and you can even throw. And you use that to get through hard to reach places, whether vertical or horizontal in length. Here's another example.
So the exit is opened up now, or?
The exit is now unlocked, but we got to make it there, as well as we got to find it and survive. There's also, unlike Castle Crashers, which was different swords with different stats. In BattleBlock, we have lots of different types of weapons. So there's an exploding disc, a grenade, an ice gun, or one of my favorites is this, which is a dart gun, which you can then use to platform. It's pretty cool, as well as knock your other player. So even though it's cooperative in design, one of the fun things to do, which not only by ourselves, but also when we play test the game, where people just inherently like to hurt each other. There are a lot of scenarios where you're holding a trigger for a bridge, and it's just so easy to walk away and drop the other player into the water or spikes or what have you. Or you're moving along, like so. So the exit's now open. But the gems are not only used to exit the level. As you collect more and more gems, there's a whole inventory system. You use those gems to unlock prisoners. And there's more prisoners they're all different circle heads, square heads, triangle heads, and cylinders. And as you unlock those prisoners, you then can play as those prisoners. So you essentially have a different face. Some more content. It's also important to note at past TGS, we've only shown our arena modes, which are mainly our multiplayer game modes that you play with other people or against the computer. This is the first time we're showing campaign levels, which is, like I said, point A to point B, and actually progress through the story. We've recently released several opening cinematics as well that you can find online. It's a little boat you use to get across bodies of water because, one thing we've learned from video games is that water equals death. Some tar right here. These guys will sometimes slow you down when they're on the surface, but when they're on the walls like that, you could use them to climb upward and slow your descent downward.
That's a nice solution when someone gets a little bit left behind.
Yes.
It always zooms out. There's no, you never get pushed along or anything like that. It always zooms out.
No, it's a tethering system where you get a little stretch. And if you die, you then spawn within proximity of the other player. It's our way of keeping everybody together. So what I got right there was a yarn ball, and that's what you use to bribe the cats for weapons and to get those other weapons I mentioned. But we also have these defensive weapons. Not every weapon is deadly or stuns people. We also have defensive weapons like a fan. So if somebody, say, has a grenade and throws a grenade at you, you could use the fan to blow the grenade back at them. And we also have a vacuum, which can suck the weapon or projectile in as well. So that's one example from our campaign mode.